Welcome back to Factorio Hyperbase Revisited, episode 29. Now I know it's been a week or so since the last one, but yes, there's only so much time in the day, unfortunately, and I'm trying to do two series at once, which is difficult. So we were going to look at oil this episode. I do remember that. Now, we have the oil up here that we need to sort out from a point of view of heavy cracking due to the change from the oil recipe. If we have a quick look at the oil recipe, if you recall the changes that have taken place over the time, the oil refining recipe, which is what? That's basic oil, that is the advanced oil. So yes, it became 25 heavy instead of just 10. So that's 2.5 times. So we needed to increase dramatically the amount of heavy cracking, and then probably light cracking as well. But before we get too carried away with that, there is oil on the other side that we need to deal with as well, which is why I started looking here. And that is the oil that is currently being used over here to make sulfur. We just need crude oil, and it's currently coming down here as well, so it's sharing where it's going. And the issue we have with this oil, aside from the fact that it has a rather long trip, what's going on here exactly? That is actually the crude. It got held up there for some reason, but one of its problems, or perhaps even the biggest of its problems, is that this loads very unevenly. So the front gets loaded much faster than this end. As you can see, this is only at sort of 5, and this end is at 16. And if you, oh, that's good. We're up to mining productivity 110. In fact, how are we going? We've got a couple of slots here. I tend to like to do these in even 10s just for whatever reason. So I guess we'd add 115 and 116, and in due course 117, 118, 119 and 120, and then we'll consider perhaps doing another worker robot speed. But you can see that's 4 million, so it's kind of why I guess we're doing sort of 20 of these to one of these at this moment. Both are useful to some extent. I'm not 100% sure which one you'd claim is more useful at this point. Maybe the mining productivity, because we can rip mining entities out. Who knows? But anyway, looking at this oil, it comes down here and it's actually being supplied by this. Now, these pump jacks are not even, they're barely even moving. So the problem is that we simply can't force enough oil out with these pumps. For whatever reason. See, if we just had pumps, we should be able to get 12,000, but that's a hell of a lot of entities lined up here just to force enough oil through. So I'm thinking what we might do instead is just create a second row of pipes. I know pipes not good, but it's better than having a train very slowly filling the last couple of fluid wagons. So that's kind of the idea to fix this one up, is draw off another parallel pipe network, which would mean that we need a whole bunch of additional pumps. We have quite a lot. Let's see if we have enough stuff to do that. Yeah, we're way over by science. And if you're wondering if this really is that much of an issue, why can't we just go straight to the petrol? I'll show you in a second just how potentially dire this situation has become. I'm going to have a look exactly where we are in a moment. This might be exactly where we wanted to get to. In fact, it looks like it is. If we have a look at the blue science area here, so this thing, it's filling up quite well at the moment, but if we come up to blue science itself, oh, actually there is, no, it seems to be doing okay. So maybe I'm not quite correct in being that concerned about it, but I think it is worth dealing with. So I'm going to, especially now that I'm here. What we'll do is we'll start off doing that. And this one will have to go on the inside. I think it will be okay. Oh, except here. And here. Where exactly do I want this to get to? I want it to get to about the last, there you go, it's filling up now. So you should be able to see completely full, not quite full, not quite full. And I want to get about 10 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this one here would be the first one, I guess, that I would like to feed off the new. Oh, I'm going to have to change my armors over. Right, that's what I wanted to do, and that means you don't need to go any further. There we go. Why is the crude so low? Zero. Okay, let's see if this is working any better or if there's an issue. The other one's at like 21. There is an issue right there. Okay, these guys have far too many connections. Do I have any copper coil? I do. Alright, I can make some anyway. That should be vastly better. Same issue here. 10. These things are still hardly moving. I might have to have the... Well, I don't even know if it's going to help if I had the pump directly out of the pump jack. At least it appears that that one has gone now. 8.7. 38. These guys do have further to go. Perhaps some more pumps are called for. Does look like it's helping. All right. That's probably about as good as I can do for there, just to ensure that that train can fill up a bit faster. At least for now, that will have to suffice. Where's our plane? Is it down here? I thought it was. Yes, it is. Okay. Do I have chem plants on me? It doesn't look particularly like it. No, I don't. I suspect that's something that I'm just going to have to pick up more of. I don't want tons of rail at the moment. Let's just go in here and get some chem plants, maybe 30. And I guess we'll head straight up to the main base, because I'm suspecting that I need to for new stock, I guess. Let's be over this way a little bit more. And slow down. Are we not making chem plants? Oh, this can't be on. Is that really what the issue is? Oil refineries are not actually what I'm after at the moment. It was the chem plants. Oh, we already have a request for chem plants. Ah, yeah, there it is. Why are we not getting any delivered? It's nothing to do with them. Oh, did I have the... I've got that off. That's the reason. Okay. Of course. Alright, we got what we wanted. Now, we want to go all the way over to, I guess, one of these. It doesn't really matter which one. And try and sort out the ratio using max rate calculator. Try and sort out the ratios. Or at least partly sort out the ratios. That doesn't look like the one I want to start on, since I don't want to build another version of that. So it's either this one or the one just below. Maybe I'll start just down here. Okay. So, this is kind of a perfect example. We get all these burning except for in the middle here, because they're completely choked or virtually completely choked on heavy oil. So if I was to ask max rate calculator, how much heavy are we actually producing? We're getting 80,000 per minute. Okay, 80,000. And even with the revision that I have done here, how much are we actually... Oh, I don't think I've completely done a revision here actually. But how much are we converting? That only converts 23,000. And I've got 4 over here as well. That's 31. So there's about 30,000 more to go. Each one of these is doing exactly what? 7,000, and we need about 30,000. So we need about 5 more. Which would be, say, 2 on this side if that's 4. We've got 3 here, so we need 3 more on this side. And then we should have enough to convert all the heavy, because we're not using the heavy for anything else. So let's see what we can do about that. You are not going to be a light oil conversion anymore. Nor are you. So that lot's not going to work. I don't quite know how I'm going to get the heavy in here and the light out. Maybe I can get light out here, because I certainly can't get it into here. And how are we going to get the heavy in as well? That's also a slight challenge. Maybe what we can do is use the concept that if you fill in the land underneath this, it still works. So we're going to have to do that here as well, or at least partly so. And get rid of these pipes. This is more of a mess than it really needs to be. Oh, I do need it to go in there though. You know what? This is coming out. Oh, and where's this going? It's just not going anywhere. Let us connect this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would basically be 6 150. If say light oil is greater than 100k, that's probably about where we want to be. $100, 1, 2, 3. That's when you enable it, right? Now, the heavy oil creates light. And I could even have it come up there. It's either there or that's slightly off, so it doesn't really matter. Except that it sort of does. And this one can handle all of it, maybe. Right. We still need more. That wasn't enough. How many did we add there? We added 2. Did we add 2 or did we add 3? That's doing 39,000, so that's almost half. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 over there. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, yeah, that's 5. 39,000. That's telling me how much of this stuff it's making. Okay. So 39,000. Now, over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yes, we want at least one more. That is not doing light. So this one needs to be heavy. Which means we need that and that. You're getting water. What's the problem here? You can't output any because the light is now just way too much. Which I guess makes sense. It probably means that I'm actually going to want to get rid of some light this way. So we're not now going to be getting rid of nearly enough light, I should think. And because of that, we're not getting rid of enough heavy. So yes, the light has become the sticking point at this point. Are all of these guys running? Yes and no. So the starting point, I guess, is how much oil do all of these machines produce? Much light? 144,000. Okay, 144,000 actually. 144,000. Close enough. Then how much extra light do we get from these heavy machines? Uh, 38,000. Oh. And is it 38,000 on the other side as well? It probably is. Yes, 38,000. So I've got about 220,000 of the light oil, which is too much. The thing is, we need a certain amount for our rocket fuel. And so I don't just want to crack it all. That seems like a pointless thing to do. This petroleum is very weak though at the moment. And we definitely need to consider. So we got 38,000 twice. I'm kind of thinking something like this, without having to redo all my original maths. 38,000 times 2, 76,000. We got that. We're getting all of that, but that is actually 2.5 times what it used to be. So if we divide it by 2.5, what we used to get was 30,000. So we have an extra, it's basically 48,000. So I think I probably want to crack an extra 48,000, assuming that my original calculations were roughly correct. So that's replace what I have removed from the light and add in some additional. So let's just see what we get out of one of these machines. We're getting about 6,000. So we probably need a new, like 7 of them sort of thing. But we have changed the equation by adding about another 6 machines. So it's probably about 13 more machines, or at least 6 more machines. So I'm tempted to think I need like 3 of these. 3 more of these. If I rotated this, oh, that actually kind of fits in a way. Yeah, I could do something like that. And maybe... So we'd need to blow up some holes, or dig, or just, you know, empty some water roughly here. Actually, can I use a slightly different size? Minus. Does it work if I just do that? I don't think so. I don't think that works anymore, does it? No. I need to dig a little bit further back. And put a tiny bit of landfill in at the front. There you are. And then I need some landfill so that you can actually place these. So that's kind of what we need to do. I don't think that's too unreasonable. I should be able to hook this up fairly easily. The only problem was this one here. Is that max length? Yeah. So we kind of just need to go out a little bit. And where are we actually going with it all? We're going up here. Where it's already at maximum. Alright, we may need to add another line just like we've done just before. To enable this to work. Let's get these other two in. These guys. Where'd you get to? And landfill. So I basically need that at least at the other end. But good luck with that. Because we were able to place that like so on the other end, but we can't really do that here. Maybe we could do something like this though. Does it make sense being so far up? No, I think I actually like the pattern I was using. I like the pattern I was using on the other side a little bit better for this extra. So let's see if we can whoops. Find some way of placing this that makes a bit of sense at the other end here. Yeah, not exactly. What about sort of one over, isn't it? What about if we did that? then, oh, that one doesn't quite hook up. This one does. So one of these sort of hooks up directly. And our water fill. Our somewhat cheaty water fill, if you like. And I think we'll just connect up to this one out here. So something like that. I have beacons. Do I have modules? I don't actually have a whole lot of modules. I do have some beacons. I do have chem plants. Okay, why don't I turn on the guys? Surely I still have some modules. Beacons rather? No, perhaps I don't. And we need one of these guys over here. For completeness, more beacons required. Okay. Well, I must have beacons in one of our rebuilt areas. I would have thought somewhere in here. There should be a collection of beacons. Maybe there is up where Spidertron is. Any beacons in there? No. What about there? No. Okay. What about in a collection down here? Hard to say. What about in the collections that are up here? Beacons. Lots of miners, radars. Apparently not. Maybe we've exhausted them all. In which case I'm going to need the other armor. Down the other end. Okay, that's always the case, isn't it? I guess we'll go back to the main base and grab some more beacons. We don't need that many, maybe 50 or 60. Let's just see what we've got in our logistics order. 20, let's make that 60. Am I going to need more of these? Probably. Okay. I say I want 50 at the moment. That's not going to be enough. Let's increase that to 100. I possibly should go even further than that. This might be something that can come out, I'm not sure. Back we go. And slow down again. Alright. We got all the things we wanted, looks like it, so... Actually, maybe I should have doubled all that up so I could fix the oil just above. Not sure. Whoops, we've come too far. These things really need a GPS of some sort. Alright, I'm going to have to slow down. Have a look exactly where I am. It looks like I am far too far up. Alright. Here we are. So if we quickly change over to the bot-based armor, should be able to get on board. You're not actually connected yet, are you? No. There we go. You're going nowhere at the moment also, which is awkward. You're probably wasting material that I need for something more important. Let's try that. And come over here. So now, no, we're not completely out of oil. I think that is pretty much that, actually. So we need to duplicate this change in the area above, and then that is what we can take forward to build an extra facility, which I'm going to have to build way down here. Why are you stopped way there? Yeah, there you go. That's what you're supposed to do. Let's just have a look what science is doing before we finish off. What are these called? Automation. No, science. I just want science, right? There you go. By the minute. 3.8. It really should be 5.7, so we're missing 2. There's quite a lot to be missing. I guess yellow's desperately trying to catch up. Even purple to some extent. How far off are we from getting back up to improved throughput? I mean, we've only done this to 1. We need to do it to all 3. Let's have a quick look here. Oh, you shouldn't be here, because you're not yellow anymore. We do have some low density structures here. $26K. Silo. You're going to come here, and you're going to come here soon. How far off are they and what are they missing? You have plastic, so you're not actually missing plastic. In fact, you're not missing any resource. You've just come back, so you must be headed for the yellow science shortly. And you are... Well, there's no reason for you not to be able to fill completely. Hard to say then what the issue is. Five. 7. Definitely haven't run out of anything. Just seems, I think it's just a very stop-start operation in yellow science at this point. 7.8. And now we're going to get about 3 at once, so yellow science is going to go bazonkers. Yes, that's the technical term. You are good. You're headed down to yellow science. Maybe it won't stabilize until I actually have the ability to support the full 8,000. What have you run out of? You've run out of copper. Why would you be out of copper? Here comes the copper, but that was slightly too slow. They have dedicated copper, they really shouldn't run out. There's plastic, so we're not going to run out of plastic either. Oops, not that one. Yes, that one. It's just, yeah, the bots don't like delivering to these N1s with the same level that they do to the others, unfortunately. I wonder if that's making this even worse at this point. No, it's still running at 3.8. It's just, it's going to take a while before it lifts its game. In fact, that might be because it's only just topped up as well. 3.8. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that makes sense. So this one here is needed to get to 5. You're fine, it's just way up here is struggling still. And it must be so close. There we go, finally. So are we just going to catch up to 3.8? Or are you going to be able to load up fast enough There's 340,000 sitting here, so I don't think it's really going to be that big an issue. There is one other thing with fuel that I seem to remember we need to do as well. And I think I will demo what it is. Up here in the... No, not there. Here, in the rocket control unit. I remember we went out of our way to put some bots into this network so that we could fuel the rocket control units across this fairly broad area here. I'm thinking that was actually a bad idea, and what I should do is fill them up here like I do with the low density structures. We just need another input here, and then the fuel trains that make their way down here can fill them up, and that's a much smaller network than the extended one that we have up above. But I think I am actually going to call it here, and we will follow this up in the next episode, maybe after having a quick look at a launch, because it looks like we're about to have one, and why the hell not? Not quite perfectly timed, but that's not an objective. Even with our slightly compromised science, we've certainly come quite a long way, even into mining productivity 110. So with that, thanks very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next, where we will try and do we'll do a whole lot more of the oil now that we've worked out what we needed to do, and that's it. Bye bye for now.